Good morning, Cortland Dragons. I'm Shannon.
Y soy Jaden.
This is Cortland News for Tuesday, December 17, 2024.
Primero vamos a hablar sobre las opciones de almuerzo.
Here's what we have in our lunch menu today. For hot, we have cheese nachos, and for deli, we have chicken ranch wrap.
Otra vez serán los nachos de queso para caliente y una envoltura de pollo ranchero para deli.
Looking ahead for our lunch menu the next day. Here's the menu. For hot, we have a honey barbecue ribs, and for deli, we have a snack pack.
El próximo almuerzo tendremos las costillas de barbecue con miel para deli, para caliente y un paquete de bocadillas para deli.
We have a few blue ribbons to read this morning.
This Blue Ribbon Award is presented to Miss Steers' class for being so incredibly respectful during your presentation. Awesome job, Cortland Dragons, from Miss Smith.
This Blue Ribbon Award is presented to Miss Ginneman's class for being great participant during a presentation. Awesome job, Cortland Dragons, from Miss Smith.
This Blue Ribbon Award is presented to Miss Stringer's third grade class for being respectful to a guest teacher and participating in class. Awesome job, Cortland Dragons, from Dr. Davis.
This Blue Ribbon Award is presented to Miss Hannigan's class for a quiet and straight line in the hallway. Awesome job, Cortland Dragons, from Miss Bannon.
This Blue Ribbon Award is presented to Miss Shakir's class for being great listeners during a presentation. Awesome job, Cortland Dragons, from Miss Smith.
This Blue Ribbon Award is presented to Miss Schweitzer's class for a quiet and straight line in a hallway. Awesome job, Cortland Dragons, from Miss Bannon.
This Blue Ribbon Award is presented to Miss Newhouse's class for being a quiet and respectful line as they looked at the holiday doors. Awesome job, Cortland Dragons, from Miss Bannon.
This Blue Ribbon Award is presented to Mr. Cabral's class for being very polite and respectful during a presentation. Awesome job, Cortland Dragons, from Miss Smith. Great job, Dragon. Excellent work goes all to the classrooms that participated in the door decoration contest.
And now, here's Miss Hilliard and Miss Yu with the winners of the competition.
Hi, Cortland Dragons. We are so excited to be here today. We first want to thank everyone that participated in our first ever door decoration contest. It was very hard to decide, wasn't it, Mrs. Hilliard?
It was hard. We had a rubric and we went around and judged all the doors yesterday. And we can't wait to share our results with you.
So our first award goes to the doors that were just staff-only rooms. And the winner of that ribbon is Miss Alvarez and Mrs. Smith. You can see it in the main hallway on your way to lunch.
Then we had a category for the best team approach. So one of our pods worked together as a team, and it was kindergarten, and they all had the same theme for their doors. Great job, kindergarten.
Our next one was for the best use of theme, holidays around the world. And if you've been to the third grade pod, Miss Stawanoga's class was able to use a lot of different information from all different cultures. Great job, Stawanoga.
Then we had an overall first, second, and third place. In third place, with a great door, was Miss Newhouse. You can see that on the way to the gym.
Our second place goes to second grade, and what a great display it was using the whole class, pictures, and lots of materials. That was Miss Dionisio.
In first place, this door really exemplified the holiday of Diwali, and I was able to learn a lot about that holiday just from the information there at the door, Miss Posega's room. First place. Then we also had the very best overall, most creative use of our theme and this door decorating operation. The very best overall, most creative, and winners of our extra recess, Miss Castillo's class. Great job, Miss Castillo's class. You really rocked it with that Loteria game.
Yep, and lots of prizes coming to some of our other winners, so be on the lookout for that. Thanks, Dragons.
Have a great day.
The expectation for today is solve conflicts.
An example of solve conflict is if someone's arguing with a friend, help them figure it out.
And now it's time for a joke. What?
Say we're going to do Dragons of the Month.
We're going to do Dragons of the Month.
Hello, Dragons. I'm Noelle.
And I'm Naomi, here to announce the Dragons of the Month for November.
For kindergarten, in Ms. Roshman's class, we have Tatum Chilton and Luca Espinoza.
And in Mrs. Callahan's class, we have Sophia Carrillo and Barrett Holch.
In kindergarten, in Miss Hannigan's class, we have Sasha Kasi and Alex Rude.
In Mrs. Rosama's class, we have Josiah Kep and Mina Darden.
For first grade, in Miss Hayseker's class, we have Itzel Hernandez Tochimani and Kaya Hudson.
In Miss Guzman's class, we have Alexa Nunez and Kalia Hudson.
In Miss Larson's class, we have Corbin Campbell and Danica Nutilla.
In Mrs. Muterdy's class, we have Ava Adkins and Daryl Harris.
For second grade, in Mrs. Aska's class, we have Nikki Kilb and Eric Stain.
In Miss Brown's class, we have Spencer Schering.
In Mrs. Schweitzer's class, we have Valentina Ortiz and Jack Sprinkle.
And in Miss Dionisio's class, we have Haley Hall and Luis Jacobo.
For third grade, in Stringer's class, we have Leah Frickman and Hazel Fitch.
In Miss Talanoga's class, we have Thea West and Henley Milner.
And in Mrs. Hernandez's class, we have Gerardo Garcia and Evelyn Heim.
And in Mrs. Timmerman's class, we have Kennedy Erickson and Wyatt Summers.
For fourth grade, in Miss Shakir's class, we have Jordan Gavin and Nathan Hernandez.
In Miss Ginneman's class, we have Diego Valladares and Ariana Nunez.
And in Mrs. Steers' class, we have Eamon Leahy and Santiago Munoz.
And in Mr. Cabral's class, we have Maddie Nunez and Zach Phelps.
For fifth grade, in Mr. Jackson's class, we have Serenity Miller and Bentley Salazar.
In Mr. Tito's class, we have Haley Manis and Major Rush.
And in Ms. Castillo's class, we have Leonel Marietta Becerra and Emilio Alberto. And in Seoul, in Mrs. Barnes' class, we have Leandro Gomez and Renee Palafox.
In Mrs. Bailey's Seoul, we have Dennis Neely and Lincoln Adams. And finally, in Mrs. Doyle's fourth and fifth grade class, we have Analia Prieto Quintanilla and Deshaun Shaw.
Congratulations to all our November Dragons of the Month. Keep showing those positive behaviors, Dragons.
Now back to the anchor desk.
And now it's time for a joke. Why was the broom late for work?
Because it overswept.
What the freak? Keep being respectful, responsible, reflective, and safe. That's all the announcements for today, Cortland Dragons. I'm Shannon.
Y soy Jaden. Gracias por ver las noticias de Cortland. Que tengas un buen martes.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.